So, in this video, I want to talk about how leftists have painted themselves in a corner. General leftists, mainstream leftists, have painted themselves in a corner because they tried to appeal to the more, I don't want to say radicalized, I just say the more stupid side of them. I mean, Jim Will was the last moderate Democrat that seemed to have any sort of sense that wasn't completely a jackwagon. But they've used them as useful idiots, and now, as I said, the insane people run the asylum. And because they have coddled, downplayed the existence of them, you got actual politicians and such saying, well, Antifa doesn't exist, it's a myth, it's conjured up right-wing thing. It's not a real thing. This isn't, you got fools at CNN standing in front of fires burning down, fires and buildings burning down. Oh, this is mostly peaceful. Why do you think that they're doing that? Just sit back and just ponder on that. Why is it that they're doing that? When you see something exist, and there are more private journalists, guys not tied to these more bigger mainstream forms of news, if you will, and you see that they go cover it, and they get all of this stuff on tape. Thankfully, we have that as a medium now with social media, and we can see all of this stuff. And you see all of that, and you're like, wow, this is a problem. What's going on in some of these cities, the Portlands, the Seattles of the world. Then you go to the eastern side of things, and this stuff, crazy stuff happening there. And post George Floyd, everybody gets the green light to loot and burn stuff down because they're mad, supposedly. And no, of course, they're not opportunistic jackwagons. They're just so hurt and distraught, so they gotta go steal some shoes. And then burn down black businesses or whatever. Look, because they thought that they could use them to gain power, and in some cases it's worked. I think what you're seeing is that they committed to that. They committed to that demographic of people and trying to appeal. Hey, look at us. We're down with the cause. We will excuse your bad behavior. We will yell, squirrel, in the event that you get caught doing something that is generally bad, such as, I don't know, destroying your neighborhood. We'll just pretend like that's not a thing. God forbid these guys actually take it to the aggressors and that's it. No, not at all. What they do is they destroy the private property of businesses. And then they come back and say, oh, well, it's just, they got insurance, it's just stuff. And of course, don't you dare defend yourself. Don't you dare defend your private property. How dare you do that? No, you let them do it because insurance. All of this stuff that they're saying sounds crazy as all hell, but it's a reason why they're saying it. Because they have nothing else to fall back on. That is the demographic that they've wanted to commit to. Maybe thinking it will get them votes. Maybe thinking it will give them power. And then, like I said, some cases that has worked. What you're seeing is some folks, those suburban moms, right? And they say, whoa, that's not quite what we wanted. We were kind of okay with the cause, yeah, Black Lives Matter and all of this stuff. But now you're starting to get a little too close to home. The place I worked, you done burned down, you done broke the windows, you're impeding upon my ability to get to work, get to somewhere else, blocking off traffic, and it seems to get closer and closer to me. That's not what I want. I don't want to open up social media or something of that nature, and then I see this video of someone being punched out because of their political slants and political leanings, God forbid, being killed because of that. That did happen, by the way. That's not quite what they signed up for. And then what they do is they start to detach themselves from you guys. Some even go as far as to support the other side, just to put a stop to you. But because they've already committed, they're done in. The guys that are going to leave them have already left. So they're banking on these weirdos to support them. Do the weirdos support them anyway? I don't know. Maybe. Some of them maybe will do. That's what let's say this. That's what they're anticipating. That's what they hope. Now, if that works or doesn't work, we'll see. going into an election here soon. I don't know how that's going to turn out. But they painted themselves in a corner, and you're going to see, like, definitely Democrats, for example, become more radical in their socialism, right? Not more moderate, which is all bad. Make no mistake, every form of it, whether it comes from the Democrats or the Republicans. I call Republican socialists all the time. But they're going to be advocating for further taxation, further control, of course, to save you, to stop things from happening. And, you know, they got the whole, they're talking about reparations now and further taxation, more regulation because climate change and all of this other crazy stuff. Man, they're going to become more authoritarian in their leftism, more authoritarian in what it is that they advocate from a governmental standpoint, because they're trying to not only appeal to those, but you've seen some of those guys get in positions of power. Let's say from I almost call, I guess AOC is kind of my age group coming into fruition. They didn't. I mean, that's obviously her and I are not the same people, but we are the same exact age. And she is like that group of people coming up, getting in positions of power, and you're seeing that. It's not a lot in the sand. It's more of just straight up conflict that's happening between her types, the type she's appealing to, and the establishment Democrats and the more moderate Democrats and that. But they've committed to that. Even the more moderate ones have said, you know, we want their support. We got to have their support. So let's dismiss what it is that they do. Let's try to downplay what it is that they're doing right now. And it's becoming more of a sore spot, more so for them. But they've already committed. That was the mistake. They should have long when this stuff popped off said, no, this is wrong. Should have been simple as that, but that's not what they did. Instead, they downplayed it. They acted as if it wasn't going to exist. They came out and they said things like, well, you got insurance, so it's okay. They justified you having your property destroyed because, I don't know, police brutality. Makes sense. Go burn someone else's stuff down. Yeah, makes all the sense in the world. Police brutalize me, I go blow up my neighbor's house. That's a perfectly rational thought. Let these people tell it. But it's not, because they're crazy as hell. But those are the folks they've been trying to appeal to. And now they ain't got nothing else left to do. So they all in. Maybe at least going through this election, but they're all in. That's not necessarily a good thing, and we'll see how it plays out. But I've seen it enough of people saying, nah, bro, that's not what I signed up for. That's not what I want, even though generally any other election cycle, they would have been supporting the Democrats. Yet here we are.